Ladies and gentlemen, it is the migration season. Back to haunt the Congress party is the grand old party bracing itself for yet another major exodus. The buzz is high as one of the Congress's most prominent figures, Shashi Tharoor, has thrown a bombshell with the Kerala Assembly polls looming on the horizon. Tharoor's bold message to the High Command is ringing loud and clear. His popularity isn't confined to just the Congress loyalists, and if the party doesn't want him, he's got plenty of other options, or so he says. This statement has sent shockwaves through the Congress ranks, with some leaders urging him to know his place, while others have rushed to reassure him that he is far from being sidelined. Meanwhile, the BJP, of course, saw an opportunity and claimed that the Congress is merely a family-run business of the Gandhis. On the other hand, CPM is signaling a warm embrace should Shashi Tharoor decide to jump ship. Well, we'll go straight to the debate, and joining me on the debate is with Sudhanshu Trivedi, Vivek Srivastav, Tehseen Poonawalla, our Sabha Naqvi senior journalist, and Sanjay Jha, author. But Tehseen Poonawalla, after all the high-profile exits, somebody else is also getting ready to walk out. Shashi Tharoor, who says the party has no use for him. Not in Kerala, not in Delhi. Why would anybody want to stay with the Congress party? From Himanta Biswa Sarma to Milind Deora, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Jitendra Prasada, RPN Singh, Priyanka Chaturvedi. I'm losing count of how many big faces of the Congress has left. Now Shashi Tharoor too?
Yeah. So there are 2 or 3 things. I think the party is cognizant of the fact that Dr. Tharoor would like a larger role. I did see his podcast with the Indian Express, or his interview, where he said in case he isn't for Kerala elections, he's not the face. He never spoke about going to another party. He said that he would fulfill his international commitments, his writing, his talk shows, etc. But I do believe that the party is cognizant of his role. I do believe that he has met Mr. Gandhi on a couple of occasions. I believe that this is a state unit where they're looking at a Kerala election role. But I do urge that Mr. Gandhi should look at Mr. Tharoor, because I do accept that Mr. Tharoor has a drop, particularly amongst women, amongst middle-class families.
Maybe despite the 2 meetings, Mr. Gandhi is too busy right now, because Sanjay Jha, and you've tweeted this, and you know, you've tagged many bigwigs in the Congress party. Do you see another upcoming exit from the Congress party? There have been many high-profile ones before. Now Shashi Tharoor going. Is it the same malaise, the same problem that continues to literally, haunt the Congress party?
Well, Navika, I tweeted my message to Mr. Gandhi for only one reason, because I know that eventually he will have to take the call. He is the de facto leader of the Congress party. And I'm concerned, to be honest, because I know Shashi very well as a friend, as a colleague. And I think he's forget his politics and his credentials as a parliamentarian, and the fact that he's so well versed with history and foreign policy, etc. He's a good human being. He's such an easy person to get along with. So I'm very disappointed that Shashi is being pushed to the brink, where he's beginning to talk about other options. And I think if you're a challenger and you're already depleted in terms of talent, and you're battling the BJP, you can't afford to lose a person like Dr. Tharoor, or you can't even allow the perception of somebody like Shashi being marginalized within the party get a lot of public currency. That does not do well to the Congress's image. The Congress supporters are innumerable supporters of the Congress. They want to see the party united. They want good assets of the party to be in the forefront. So I'm just hoping that Rahul recognizes that this is not just an internal problem for the Congress. It has serious ramifications, as Tehseen rightly pointed out, in terms of the larger perception of the Congress as a political party that can challenge the BJP.
But Sudhanshu ji, is the Congress depleted of talent? They have Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, they have Rahul Gandhi, they have Sonia Gandhi. Do you really believe it is depleted of talent, as Sanjay Jha wants to point out? Because there have been so many high-profile exits before Shashi Tharoor. Have they bothered about any of them?
Actually, what happened since the Rahul Sonia era has come, it is becoming increasingly difficult for any Congress leader. First, I would like to put a caveat that this is a total internal matter of the Congress party. This is up to them to decide. But what my observation as an outside analyst is concerned, that it is being consistently seen that if somebody is having even an iota of mass base or iota of intelligence, it's very difficult for him or her to survive in Congress party, because that fellow has to succumb in front of the Your Excellency, Lord, whatever you say, it is a gospel truth and we have to take in. From Captain Amrinder Singh and Ghulam Nabi Azad in North, both were the very senior leaders and the chief ministers. From Vijay Bahuguna in Uttarakhand, from there to S.M. Krishna in Karnataka, and Himanta Biswa Sarma, Northeast, Prema Khandu and Kolikopul, who is no more. From there to Jyotiraditya Scindia, and from Jitin Prasad to whatever is happening, Priyanka Chaturvedi and others, which has been now the Anil Antony, who's the son of A.K. Antony, it's also in BJP. And even in previous years, Mamta Banerjee, Jagan Mohan Reddy has also left the party. So the problem with Congress party is that there the psychophantasy, or you can say the tolerance has become so high, it's so high that they are not ready to understand even a single thing. And Mr. Sanjay Jha said that he has tweeted to Rahul Gandhi because he is a de facto leader. And this shows the entire thing. Because Kharge ji is the party president. And Kharge ji is also the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha. But Rahul Gandhi, who is at the age of almost equal to the son and father age bracket between the Kharge ji and Rahul Gandhi ji. But Rahul Gandhi is a de facto leader. This de factoism has created the biggest problem in Congress party since last 10-15 years. And I think Shashi Tharoor, who is a quite a well-read person, and others, it's up to him. I do not know that what he has experienced and what he is feeling and why he has given this type of statement. But the objective analysis of the last 15-14 years can give you a very clear picture that what is the problem within the Congress party under Rahul Sonia era.
Absolutely. Vivek Srivastava, are the left parties waiting for Shashi Tharoor to drop from the Congress tree into their lap?
No, we don't induct like that. We are ideology based. If Mr. Shashi Tharoor is convinced about the ideology of Marx, the ideology of Lenin, the way we think, our mass front organizations, definitely he is free to approach us and the senior people will take a call on it. But see, all I'm trying to say is that all the politicians need to follow some ideology. It cannot be कि कांग्रेस की थोड़ा सा अगर अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है उनका हाल तो जंप करके साहब बीजेपी में चले जाओ, कल बीजेपी का हाल अच्छा नहीं चलेगा तो वापस किसी और में चले जाओ, फिर सपा में चले जाओ.
आपकी इंडिया अलायंस की तो बहुत बड़ी आइडियोलॉजी है ना. लेफ्ट इज सिटिंग विद द कांग्रेस व्हिच इट फाइट्स विद इन केरला. बहुत बड़ी आइडियोलॉजी है. You are sitting with Kejriwal, and Kejriwal and Congress are fighting in Delhi. बहुत आइडियोलॉजी है. प्लीज आइडियोलॉजी का लेक्चर अपने पास रखें. बट Sabha Naqvi, does this once again show the very, very soft underbelly of the Congress party, where senior leaders have deserted the Congress because talent really doesn't count there?
So, Navika, you have a point, and I agree that a lot of talent has left the Congress because it's a bad time for the Congress. But in this case, let's get the details correct. In 2026, the one state that the Congress can be fairly confident of, actually maybe on its own with its allies, not exactly on its own, but because Kerala has gone between left front rule and Congress, UDF and LDF. 2 terms of LDF, it broke a pattern. 2 terms of left rule. Now it is believed that this time the Congress should have an advantage in the 2026 election. So, Mr. Tharoor, this is not actually about leaving. This is about jockeying for position in the Kerala Congress. Right now, as far as I see it, if I was a politician, I would be concerned. I'm a person with an image, and he certainly has a certain image, and he's also contested in elections and won them. He's won a tough election in 2024. But the point is, so Mr. Tharoor is jockeying for a relevance. So I think either he will get it. So it's not just, this is not one of the pattern with, there is a trend. I'm not denying that. But in this story, the detailing is also the impending Kerala state election and Mr. Tharoor wanting to be the face of the campaign.
Okay, in which
Kerala
case he has
Union-
eyes on the chief
Kerala
minister's
Union-
position. Is he jockeying for that? But in the meanwhile, 2 meetings with Rahul Gandhi and no result to offer. Is there trouble brewing, or is this positioning before Kerala elections? The fact of the matter is, the Congress would be worried, should be worried. Another exit certainly doesn't augur very well for the Congress party. And as far as the left's ideology question is concerned, well, ideology in coalitions that have been seen in the last few months clearly is not something that is center stage, but for the Congress party, a Kerala face, a well-known face, a man who's won elections in Lok Sabha, well, is he on his way out? Is he just jockeying for a bigger role? Well, watch this space, but it's all happening. Politics is in the centerpiece of Congress party. Will it look at Bihar first or Kerala first? That's the big question. We leave it at that. Thank you very much. Keep watching this space for developments on this story. For now, it's a wrap on the News Hour. Thanking all my panelists and thanking you viewers for being with me. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night for now.